Who do you blame for this madness in the world? Who do you blame for all the children going missing and being raped and killed? Who do you blame? Do you blame the opposite sex? Do you blame the social services or the family system? Do you blame the government? Do you blame the judges who routinely make the unjust decisions? Who do you blame? Who do you blame for all the death and destruction in the world? Who do you blame for the fact that we're nothing more than slaves? I don't blame them. I don't blame social services and the courts and the judges. I don't blame the government. I don't blame elite families and the Illuminati. And I don't blame lizards from another dimension. No, I don't blame any of that. I blame you and me. Us, that's who I blame. I blame every single one of our generation. We have done this to ourselves. We have allowed this to be done to us. You can't blame other people. This is our own fault. We are the ones who allowed this to happen, and we are the only ones who can put it right together. What's that noise? What's that sound? Oh yeah, that's just our forefathers turning in their graves. The generations before us who bled this earth red to give us the chance to go on and be free. They did. My grandfather and his father and your forefathers, they all fought. Freedom was never handed to people on a plate. The enemy, the eugenists, you think they went away? Do you think when the world wars came to an end, these people just went, oh, actually it was a bad idea, we're sorry? Don't be silly, of course they didn't. They just changed the way they operate. That's all they did. And we voted them into power, we accepted them into our lives. We just put our own chains on. We did. And now what do? We pretend that they're not there. We pretend that we're not in chains. We pretend that we're free. And we know damn well that we're not. But we're too cowardly to admit any different. This is our problem. This is nobody else's problem. And only we can put it right. I'm not saying that we need to use violence and force like the generations before us had to do. I think we've come a long way since then. There are other ways we can do this. We don't need to be violent. We just need to be many. I just wish people would put down those toxic bloody burgers and turn off that TV. Stop drinking this crap. We're all in some sort of hypnotic state. What is it? Some sort of mass hypnotic state. It's just crazy. And what's even more crazy is when people realize and they poke their head up out of their sleep and they go, oh, I can't do anything about it. I may as well just go back to sleep. What is this? We put the chains on, we can take them off. If you imagine a chain gang and, only one person or a couple of people break free, then they're quickly rounded up and put back in their chains. But when every member of the gang takes their chains off at once, then there's nothing that can be done to stop them. They will be free. You know, it doesn't take a brain surgeon or a rocket scientist to work out what we need to do. These people need to be removed from power. We need to stop giving them the power. Just say no. You know, freedom, you know, you'll never be free by whinging at your master or by choosing a different master. That's not freedom. You know, if a paedophile came in your house and took your child away and was raping and abusing your child, what would you do? Go up to him and say, "Oh, excuse me, Mr. Paedophile, Mrs. Paedophile, could you please stop abusing my child and let me have my child back?" And they say no. So you go, "Oh, okay, no problem. I don't want to make a fuss. I'll just stand over here with a sign." Because that's what we're doing. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We got ourselves into this mess and we can get ourselves out of it. It just takes a lot of us to do it together. Who's ready to take off their chains and to just say no to this madness? Who's ready to take the freedom that our forefathers gave their lives for us to have? This is our chance. This is, you know, this moment will only come once. This is the time. This is our time. This is our lives. And if you're willing to spend it engrossed in a TV screen, barely even living, just existing, then why did our forefathers even bother? Why did they do it? And what about our children and their children? When they grow up and they look back, they'll think, what did our ancestors do? That pride that we look at our history on, that our ancestors fought for our freedoms, the next generations won't have that. They will look back at us and think, what a timid, scared, lazy bunch of people we were. And you know what? They'll be right. Yeah, that's who I blame. I blame us, all of us. And it's about time we put it right, don't you think? Because I do.